here with another board game review. Today we'll be reviewing Escape from the Haunted Mansion Scooby Doo version, a Coded Chronicles game.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are here to tell you why you should play Scooby Doo Escape from the Haunted Mansion. You want to do the music? Scooby Dooby Doo.
No.
What did you do? No? Alright. Anyway, so this is a new type of escape room games called the Coded Chronicles series. The Coded Chronicles series is a kind of adventure game mixed with escape room type puzzles plus a really good story. So these work out as storybooks where you are trying to solve puzzles. And for that, how this game works is that this game comes with different booklets for each of the characters of the Scooby Doo.
I might as well read all of
Velma,
them.
Shaggy, Daphne, Scooby Doo himself, and Fred. So these books are what you're going to actually use around to read and solve and see how these characters interact with different puzzles. Now, if multiple players are playing, you don't control any single character. You can actually use any character to do any item or action on the board. Now, coming to that board, just like many other escape room games, the game actions happen through a deck of cards which you should not be looking at until you find something which tells you to take that card and then you can use it. Just like any other escape room or adventure game, what you will be having is few cards which might depict some kind of items, some kind of things that you can explore and you can use them. How you use them is that, for example, your game board will be formed by these map tiles. So I'm not going to reveal all of them because this haunted mansion is going to be formed by these tiles and you will slowly get to explore it. Two good things happen by this, that you are not given all the puzzles at the same time. Second good thing is that it lets you focus and slowly, like you're exploring an actual mansion. That's the kind of feeling you will get, that oh, now we are locked in this room, how do we get out of this to go to the next room in the haunted mansion? So each room acts as its own puzzle. So once you have this and the game will ask you, you will flip this over. So I'm only going to show you the first one, but once the next card will come up, you will see where does it fit. The game will tell you, you will fit
You
that.
said you'd only show that one.
You will fit it according to the north, east, west direction and then solve that. So I'm going to put this back for now and just going to show you how this one works. Now if you see, this is a top-down bird's eye kind of view, and on this map tile you will see different items with a 3-digit number. And if you want somebody to explore that item, so for example, there is a door, there is a cupboard, and if I want someone to see that cupboard to check what's inside it, then how I have to do is I will select a character, that which character I need to actually check.
Let me introduce the characters and what they do.
Alright, and each of these characters have their own special abilities. So based on what you're going to do, you will select that character. So what are the character abilities?
Daphne, she can use items. Velma can research. Scooby
Yeah.
can smell. Shaggy can eat. And Fred can investigate. I feel like Fred is the most useful.
Yeah, Fred and Velma will be the most useful because they can research and observe or investigate things, and those are normally more useful than other actions. But the game does have enough actions for each of these characters, enough puzzles for each of these characters for all of them to be useful. So for example, if you want to research or investigate, for example, this cupboard, that what's inside. So what you're going to do is place this, each character has a number. You're going to place that character next to the 3-digit number and it's going to form a 4-digit number. So in this case, for example, 5401. And once you have that number, that this is Fred. So Fred's book also indicates that his numbers are from 5000 to 6000 series, So you will be looking for the number 5401. This book has these kind of numbers given inside with different kind of actions, that what happens when you will do that action. So I will go to 5401 and I will read that what happens. So for example, it will give you something and ask you that now you can take some card. And so for example, in this case, you will get an open cupboard. And once you have that cupboard open, you will see what's inside, and then more items become available to you to be interacted with. So that's one way of using things. Then other will be your typical fashion of that items you get to pick up, some knives, some a ball or something, and that will be with you. And once you find any two-digit maybe items, then you might have to use, for example, if you have a key, so key will have a single digit on it, the door might have two digits on it, and then your character is the final digit. And once you have those four-digit number, you look at that in the card. So that means Fred, or for example Daphne, can use items. So Daphne is using a key to open the door. So based on that logic, you will form a number and open that number in the respective booklet to find. It's a very simple method.
I just want to point out that this game has about 3 or 4 parts, and as you know, you can take a break between the parts. But I do, even though it may seem child friendly, I actually did have some difficulties. On the back, there are these Scooby snacks. Every time you get a failure, you have to eat one, which is what you're trying to avoid.
Yeah.
Why are Scooby snacks bad?
So the Scooby snacks is kind of a scoring track, and on top you can find some hints. So the scoring system is quite simple, and you are trying to use least amount of hints to solve these puzzles, explore these rooms, explore the haunted mansion, find the mystery that what is haunting in that mansion. And in typical Scooby-Doo fashion, these are never real ghosts. You always know that it would be someone within the house trying to become like a ghost or dress up like a ghost, and that's what you have to find. Yeah, those who have watched Scooby Doo will find a lot of thematic sense, and even when you are reading these books, their sounds, their iconic voices will ring in your head. That's how they used to talk, because these dialogues are, they just look like that they have been plucked out of a real Scooby Doo episode. So
like, even though for me it seems like, are these people okay? Because I have not watched Scooby Doo. I mean, like, there's a bunch of weird stuff. Velma says.
yeah, so Velma does use a lot of 90s and 80s slang language, which modern kids do not know of. But those who do watch those episodes, this is going to be a nostalgic drive through our typical Scooby-Doo episode in which you are controlling the mystery wagon.
Hop on the car, let's go take a drive.
Not the car, it was called the mystery wagon.
Yeah, let's go on the mystery wagon to Nostalgia Road.
So, I'm not going to show you more things. Overall, I'm going to tell you how the game feels, the puzzles. Some of the puzzles are very interesting. Some of the puzzles are just obvious. You put the character there, he will explore and find something out. So some are very obvious, but some of the puzzles, how do you solve it? And the game does...
It'll make your head explode.
No, these were not that difficult. But the game does have a new and unique system on how you solve them. Plus, these are not just the things that you will find in the card, but there are some secret envelopes in the game too.
We're not gonna open.
And when the game tells you, so it doesn't want to show you all the components so that you can start thinking about them from the very beginning. But when the game asks you, then you will open an envelope and then use those elements in your puzzles or in your game as well. The artwork is cartoon-like, just like any Scooby-Doo episode. So it matches the theme of the game. And one of another good thing about this game is that it's fully replayable up to that extent. And the game designers did intend you to actually give this game forward to someone to share it with someone. Why? Because within the manual, once you are done with, for example, the envelope or the cards, it will tell you which components go back in which envelope. So as soon as you are done with any kind of puzzle, they will tell you how to put it all back together, so that once you're done with the game, everything is ready back in the box, ready for someone else to explore. Because it is a one
Or
time.
if you're selfish and you really like puzzle games, you can just wait a couple of years until you forget.
Well,
all the
yeah,
puzzles.
even I would say that even 6 months, you would have easily forgotten most of the puzzles. You might remember some of the iconic things that you did, but otherwise, you will forget. And after 6 months, 8 months, you can replay this. Some guests come over, you can replay this or give it to someone. It works either way. It's not a very expensive product as compared to other board games. The component quality is not that high because for what it does, you're meant to play it one time. So they went with cheap kind of material, card stock rather than your cardboard, and that's fine because you were going to play it one time anyway. All right. So that's the contents of it. Overall, you do feel kind of inside a Scooby Doo episode while playing this.
I didn't feel.
Well, because you have not watched those cartoons. But if you had, if you really like the Scooby Doo theme, or even if you don't like, I'm not a fan of Scooby Doo, but I have watched a lot of episodes of them because that was the only cartoon at that time on the TV. So I used to watch a lot of Scooby Doo cartoons, and even though I don't like Scooby Doo, I really enjoyed it because it did bring back some old memories.
Even though I don't like Scooby Doo, I'm gonna say this is one of my favorites.
This is one of your favorites? Alright.
Yeah, the fact that they come with different booklets so every person has a different experience is smart because most games they just come with one person's experience. Which I just like, can I please know what other people are thinking of? So, yeah.
Yeah, so their abilities is a unique thing which is not
Also,
found
I
in
think I
any
can
other
make
game.
a book out of these.
So, for example, you might say, "Ooh, there's something fishy about this. Let me use Scooby Doo to smell this." And once he smells something,
You smell something fishy.
you do find something fishy. So, yeah, so that was a really unique twist on this game, which was really enjoyable. So, overall, a nice game, but not essential. All right, that's it for me.
Essential for me.
Happy gaming!
Happy gaming. I'm gonna go make a book out of these now.